Ladies and gentlemen, it is the last day of my September fundraiser, unofficially titled Prepping for September and October. And I've only got $547 left to raise. So I got to snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron. Be sure and take care of your family, your friends, your pets first. But if you got anything left over and you think I've done a great job in August or all this year or the last 8 years, then please feel free to contribute, and I promise to do everything I can to bring you the best information and is what is going to be a wild, wild, wild September. Hey, man, you want to know why 2020 sucks so bad? Because it's like Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto have been hanging out in the same street for about 2 years. And that's not always the funnest trio you're ever going to have. Anywho, but with all the planets on the same side of the sun, except for Mercury, and especially the gas giants, we have been looking for earthquakes and volcano eruptions through 2020 through 2022. And any major East Coast earthquake that has ever occurred happened with all the gas giants on the same side of the sun. And so with Jupiter and Saturn leading up to their grand conjunction, December 21st, 2020, we're definitely looking for some wild and crazy action. And so I was not surprised that today we had reports of an earthquake at the Florida and Alabama county line, or state line. It was 4.0. And so, as with earthquakes, kind of like pimples. They can show up anywhere on your body, and earthquakes can show up anywhere on the planet. And so be prepared for East Coast earthquakes over the next 2 to 3 years for sure, bro. All right? Me and Cranky Weather Guy have been doing everything we can to get everybody prepared for a peak hurricane season 2020, and models are consistently showing us having to deal with anywhere between 3 and 5 hurricanes in a 2-week period. And so, I don't know, I've recommended teamwork and preparing, and Congress extend unemployment benefit extensions, but, I can only give advice. People don't necessarily have to take it. And so the King Euro, is showing 3 tropical storm, hurricane, cyclonic thingies showing up in 10 days. So we got about 10 days before it's just going to be freaking crazy. It's like Africa's just going to be machine gunning possible hurricanes at us. And here's the situation. Either there's going to be like a trap door that opens here, and so they all go out to sea or to Europe, or the high is going to close off, and these things are headed into the Gulf, headed to Florida, headed to North Carolina, or headed up even to the New Jersey, New York, New England area. So definitely stay tuned. And as I was saying earlier, we expect maximum wild weirdness in September and October. Mars goes retrograde on the 9th. Jupiter goes direct on the 11th. Saturn goes direct on the 28th. And so Saturn and October are definitely a good time to re-up your food stock and your emergency supplies for hurricanes or whatever else, man. These are crazy days, man. Crazy times indeed. Hey, upper northeast, I think you guys should be on the lookout for severe weather over the next 6 hours. We're talking tornadoes, possible. Straight line winds, that's going to be happening. And then probably some hail. And then lightning, of course, as we got a orange system of warning for a large portion of populated areas in cities and stuff. Great. I mean, it's not great. I'm just trying to keep a positive attitude, man. And sometimes that can be tough. Staying cool ain't easy. And it is Stay Cool September. And so, I totally recommend everybody just staying cool. But I can only give advice. You don't have to take it. Yeah, if you are in these areas, you definitely need to be watching out for wild weather in the coming hours. Dow Jones fell 1,000 points today, and the NASDAQ fell 5.5%. Did I mention Mars is about to go retrograde? I also recommend everybody stop fighting and do what you can to help us all make it through 2020, because as I've mentioned, it's definitely going to be rough. And I wish I could make a badass edited video that helped explain why we should avoid World War III, but my hackers are worse than ever as far as letting me edit videos. So I'll just have to say, hey everybody, let's please avoid World War III. And so, like, everybody's an expert on politics. Everybody's an expert on viruses. Everybody's an expert on secret societies. But apparently nobody's an expert on China-India relations. And so, as I mentioned in January and February, like, okay, I didn't have China fighting with India on my bingo card. And so, I don't know. India is getting hit super hard by the coronavirus. I know a lot of people don't like to look at the data outside of the United States, but it's true. And so the idea that India would be struggling so majorly with the coronavirus and we get into a skirmish, I'm not saying it's their fault, with China, just seems very on point for 2020. But like I said, I highly recommend everybody standing down, cooling off, and coming to the table, dude. But hey, I like good ideas where everybody wins. Those aren't always popular. But I'm fighting hard to stay cool, and hopefully you can stay cool too in this Stay Cool September. You know, India's got quite a nuclear warhead arsenal, as does China. And so when you get to a mutually assured destruction point, peace is pretty much the optimum way to go. Anyway, back to subverse discussions about the dumbass American Civil War of 2020. About 22,000 of them are burning in a dozen provinces, including the most biodiverse regions in the country. I believe we're talking about Argentina. Brazil and those areas have also been getting hit by coronavirus really hard and fires. And it was almost like the entire planet, parts of the planet, caught on fire all at once. Almost like it was a burner stove on the planet or something. But that's neither here nor there at this moment. I know, I can feel you. You're like, talk to me about hurricanes. And I'm like, all right, I aim to please. Storm Chaser Nick doing what he does, which is awesome work, showing us pretty much the situation, although it is confusing. Because Pac-Man is the atmospheric defense team, Prayer Warriors, Asteroid Fight Club. I don't even know, man. But yeah, so we got an orange, cherries, and a banana, plus Nana and Omar. And so, yeah, dude, it's gonna be crazy in like 10 days. I'm pretty sure. And so I think it's gonna be totally crazy. But if somehow we don't get hit with any more hurricanes this year, then you can be like, hey, Thor, it wasn't crazy at all. But for now, I'd prepare for the worst and pray for the best. For who the Ben Knowles. That's supposed to be for who the bell tolls. Joke, it failed. I'm sorry. The potential for an Atlantic hurricane outbreak is shown by the Euro next week. This is aligned with the climatological peak of hurricane season around September 10th. High pressure in the North Atlantic could help keep any systems on an east to west trajectory. And so models are still tossing and turning on what the giant Azores high is going to do, but if it extends out and strengthens, it is going to send them either into the Gulf, straight into Florida, the Carolinas, or the upper northeast coast. Sandy in 2020, question mark. Sandy 2.0, I don't know, it's possible. Lots of things are possible. But like I said, things are about to get super wild in a hurricane kind of a way. And so those are three we're looking at that the models are agreeing on, and then you have a fourth one behind it. So yeah, definitely be ready for just some crazy ass shiz, man. Jack Sillen is always chilling and talking about cool weather stuff. Why the changes? Subtle trends in how Maysak and Haisen are recurving in the West Pacific and their subsequent impacts on the mid-latitude jet stream. Maysak is timed, placed perfectly to significantly amplify the jet stream in the North Pacific. Haitian seems poised to do the opposite. What does it mean? I don't know. Figure it out yourself. Okay? But what I'm trying to say here is, so we had the two storms, the one that wasn't as bad go here and the other one go here, Hurricane Laura, and they crossed over. And then you had Maysak and Haitian kind of hit the same spot. And I'm not surprised at all. Because I'm saying, what if there are like Jupiter and Saturn total imprints on these storms? And so if that is true, as these two come together, we will see two storms combining into one multiple times between now and December. Does that make any sense? It's a super kick-ass theory that I haven't heard anybody else talk about, although the evidence continues to keep pointing at it. So Typhoon Maysak made landfall in South Korea earlier Thursday morning with a central pressure of 950, which would make it around a Category 3 hurricane typhoon. And so the one behind it could be making it to Category 5 status. So, yeah, Category 5, if you have a Category 5 happening in the West Pacific, you can definitely see potential for Category 5s in the USA in about 10 days, in my opinion. It's all interconnected, and it is much bigger than local, state, or national politics, dude. Kevin Haisen is well on its way to becoming a Category 5 later today. So, yeah, dude. And then I made a big planetary defense commander. I like to think that Nana wasn't going to hurt anybody, and it definitely looks like Nana may have killed people today. So I apologize for that. I think I'm kind of tired and burned out. After 8 months of trying to be the best planetary defense commander on the planet for you guys. Yeah, so we got crazy days ahead of us, my friends. And teamwork makes the dream work. Although fighting and about politics makes the nightmare work. And that nightmare is working. There's a much rumored cold shot coming in like 5 days, which would help everybody cool down, because heat just makes everybody be like, oh my God, I can't handle this shiz. But we'll have to wait for it. I hope so. I want coolness, man. Although West Coast, you're still hot like fire and won't experience another heat wave over the next week. And then, hey, look, Idaho and Wyoming, fog. That's interesting. So, yeah, big storm outlook. You guys on the Northeast, watch out. This thing could be wicked. And, yeah, dude, the hurricanes are coming. And they could be pretty major. Even the basic National Hurricane Center is expecting 3 or 4 more major hurricane seasons, or hurricanes this Atlantic hurricane season, which extends until November 1st, I think. And so, stay cool. I'll do my best to stay cool. I don't need to make a 20-minute video. It's probably better if I make 2 10-minute videos. That way I get more chance to remind you guys that, hey, I'm having a fundraiser for my September prepper for, September, October fundraiser. And you can snail mail me, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron. Only got $547 left to raise in today's last day. And I got to say super duper awesome mega thank you to everybody out there who has allowed me to keep doing this and do it my way. And I have to kowtow to any political bullshit. Like if my super cool Saturn Jupiter theory was wrapped in like climate change or deep state, then it might really take off. But since I don't put any politics in any of my shit, then it's probably not going to get that popular. Anyway, thank you very, 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 very much to JL, Melvin, Dana, Angel Aurora, Richard, the Bridal Citizen, Athena, Louisiana Skywatch, Jason and William, Mia, Kelsey, Al, Wagon Breath, Jamie, Mike, Andrew, Cynthia, Johnny, Barbara, Cecily, Charles, Robert, Deanna, and if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. Jess, Bill, Cody, Marlene, Leanne, Nova, CR, Christine, Rampart, Zeus, and Dan. And reading that list makes me extremely appreciative and just feel grateful and lucky that I can do what I do. And basically, I get to wake up and make videos about whatever I want every single day. So that is like the coolest job ever, And so I don't know if you would like to donate, I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna do what I can to bring you guys good information and stay cool over the next 2 months, and there aren't a lot of people out there who stay positive. We're gonna make it through this, man. And I know a lot of people are like, no, we're not. And I'm like, whatever. I am your planetary defense commander, Starlord New Thor 7, the T. And so yeah, get ready, man. And like I said, I will give you comprehensive coverage pretty much from 10 days out. And I'll do my best to continue to do that. Dude, man, I'm just worn down. But, I get up and rise to fight every day. God bless everyone. Stay cool. And I love you, baby.